forces your hand into a position that is more stable and That's Kim. She's not interested.
I think you've met me before.
Surprisingly, Trainiacs, that run... Morning, Trainiacs. Got back from Interbike 2017 yesterday to a gigantic freaking new Triathlon Taren headquarters concrete pad. Did you not see that yesterday? Look at that. That is huge. It's enormous. I was not expecting it to be that big. And I got home to this little package from my pals over at Finis. Finis? The swim gear company that I've got tons of stuff in my swim bag from. This is not sponsored, this is not paid. So for everyone that was in the comments this week when I did that bike video on the Pardus Gomera bike, and they're like, oh, this is so paid for. No, it wasn't paid for. It was the only tri-bike at the Interbike Outdoor Demo Day. Lay off. Unless you wanted me to become mountain bike Taren, that was the video you were getting. Sorry. Ooh, a swim cap. Googles. But this is the main business of what they wanted to send me. Been hearing about this for like 2 months now. These are the new Finis Iso Paddles. And they're called ISO because they isolate, well, maybe it's ISO, isolate parts of your stroke depending on how you use it. So let's try this out. Oh, supposed to insert my middle finger before. Oh, okay. Okay, you put your middle finger in through the middle slot like that, and there's no band like all the rest of the paddles that I've got that keep it on my hand. And the idea is that, how does it go backwards? Got it. So you can put it on like this, or you can put it on like this. You see what happened there? You just flip them back and forth. And what happens, apparently, is that when you flip these little fins here to the inside with the gray on your right hand, the yellow on your left, you start isolating your inside muscle groups. So you're isolating your pecs and your biceps. And then when you go the other way, you're isolating your outside muscle groups, so your triceps and your traps up here. And the story is that it's pretty unstable, so as you start swimming, it actually creates turbulence and forces your hand into a position that is more stable and a proper position catch. Interesting. Kind of interesting thought. And you know what? What happened with Finis, the freestyler paddles, the ones that are flat and they've got the keel along the bottom, those are the paddles that taught me how to enter into the water properly. So they tend to make interesting stuff that is like kind of simple on the surface, but it's simple and effective, if that makes sense. Like, the minimum amount of technology needed to teach good stroke mechanics. So thanks, Finis. Expect a full review on these over the next month or so. Not bad. Just a molded piece of plastic. And now I have really no excuses left not to go on a soul-crushingly long brick workout in 10 degrees Celsius weather. So I gotta get some wheels on this, and 4-hour workout today. Ooh, surprisingly, Trainiacs, that run went well. that brick workout is basically identical to something Pat gave me about 2 weeks ago that crushed me. And given that I just flew back from Vegas yesterday, 18 hours before starting that workout, I thought it was gonna be a mess, but I did okay. Nailed the cereal. Several people have asked me lately what I read, what I listen to, what kind of tunes I listen to while I'm out on a long ride to keep entertained. While I don't actually really listen to too many tunes unless it's a really short, intense, like a 45-minute tempo run, something like that, where I want to get pumped up. But for the most part, I tend to listen to podcasts. Occasionally I'll listen to the A16Z podcast because I like technology, I like knowing where our world is going. That's done by a venture capital company in Silicon Valley. I'll listen to Ask Pat, Pat Flynn, an online blogging business kind of guy. I love Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. If you have not listened to Wrath of the Cons, whoo, totally worth the $5 or $10. I'll listen to Freakonomics Radio because I kind of like hearing the flip side of very common occurrences. You know, the Gary V audio experience with Gary Vaynerchuk, I used to listen to a ton, but man, the guy's got so loud lately. Like, it's just a fire hose of stuff that I can't sift through what's the good and what's the bad, so I haven't listened to it in a while. How I built this? I love hearing about the stories of entrepreneurs. The Kevin Rose Show, founder of Dig, like listening to that. Smart Passive Income, again, Pat Flynn, to learn about online business, because don't forget, it's just been like a year or two that I've actually been doing this, so I gotta learn it. Social Media Marketing Podcast, it helps me be a better social media marketer because I also own a social media advertising agency. Social Media Hour podcast, This American Life, classic. I have a hard time getting into that on a bike though. It's fairly dense. Tim Ferriss Show, like, come on. How could you not love the Tim Ferriss Show? I love long form podcasts. And then on that note, Joe Rogan, just prolific. And finally, the Rich Roll podcast. I think the Rich Roll podcast was actually the very first podcast that I listened to. Oh, and then when Lance Armstrong is doing it, the Stages podcast. So that's mostly what I listen to. Most of the ideas that I get for Triathlon Taren things are actually happening out on a long bike. I don't want to be like listening to tunes that are like where I'm totally zoning out. I kind of want to like get into a creative mindset, and I find that the repetition of the pedal strokes, like, helps kind of clear my mind and sort of like meditative. Yeah, so that's what I listen to. A few people have asked lately about things like what I listen to, what I read, book recommendations, small little gear recommendations. If you're interested in that, hands free. I got no hands. I got no hands to open the door. I got no hands. Thank you. If you're interested in that, that's Kim. She's not interested. I think
you've met me before.
Mm-hmm. Comment below what you think of it.
What do you want them to comment about?
I just told them.
I didn't hear it.
Well, you're gonna have to watch the video. Okay.
I don't want to.
Bye.